explain to me what I'm doing wrong. Barking Guy's with us. We're talking about what a great weekend for Artesia Athletics as the softball team goes into the state softball tournament as the number 1 seed. The baseball team goes into the state baseball tournament as the number 7 seed, right? Number 7.
Number 7.
And we've got tennis players that are going on to Albuquerque for tennis. The golf district championship is this weekend. And, of course, people hopefully are getting their state qualifying times in for the state track and field competition, which will be next weekend at UNM in Albuquerque. So where were we when we left off with your report? We did the banquet information. We kind of recapped the previous action. We talked about baseball and softball.
Yep.
Where would you like to go next, Barking Guy?
Selection Sunday for tennis.
Tennis. All right. Let's talk about tennis.
Class single A to 4A. Boys singles. Mason Hicks from Nimmi will play Gavin Richards from St. Pius in the first round. Noah O'Gain from Artesia will play James Utton from St. Michael's. Jose Nadal from Nimmi will play Emiliano Ortiz from Santa Teresa. Grant Janway from Goddard will play Angel De La Cruz from Chaparral. Girls singles. Minnie DeGroot from Nimmi will play Kinley Harper from Silver. Albuni O'Gain from Artesia will play Shea Villegas from Albuquerque Academy. Oliva Michi from Nimmi will play Shalise Hahn from Highland. Avery Williams from Goddard is seeded number 3 and has a bye the first round. Boys doubles. Muniz Perez from Nimmi will play Wright Silva from Berlin. Martinez Fulkerson from Goddard will play Barragan Sanchez from Santa Teresa. Mendoza Salcedo from Lovington is seeded number 4 and has a bye the first round. Gonzalez Cardenas from Artesia will play Witkowski brothers from Los Alamos.
Yeah. Or cousins.
Cousins, maybe.
Yeah.
Girls doubles. Duong Brown from Portales will play Sanchez Wagner from Miramira. Miller Harvey from Artesia will play Delian Duval from Santa Teresa. Lara Thymer from Goddard will play Dosher Deng from Albuquerque Academy. Harvey Argo from Artesia will play Sud Bosch from Albuquerque Academy. Boys team. Nimmi got a number 2 seed and has a bye the first round. Goddard got a number 8 seed, will play Valencia. Girls team. Artesia got a number 5 seed, will play St. Pius. Goddard got a number 7 seed, will play Espanola Valley. Now on to 5A. Ethan Shepard from Roswell will play Mitchell Vogel from Centennial. Alex Palomino from Hobbs will play Marcus Crockett from Capital. Davis Case from Clovis will play Ty Christensen from Cibola. Ethan Jimenez from Hobbs is seed number 4 and has a bye the first round. Girls singles. And hopefully I don't botch these names.
Well, give it your best.
Nelia Hall from Clovis will play Victoria Outkin from La Cueva. Isabel Armendaris from Hobbs will play Maya Gio from Cleveland. Aya El Saleh from Clovis will play Gazelle Amaya from Albuquerque High. Naomi Record from Hobbs will play Talia Bayer from Los Lunas. Boys doubles. Luna Bracken from Roswell will play Bran Nunn from Cleveland. Bluth Sayazan from Carlsbad will play Waring brothers.
Yeah, you
from
would think.
Cibola.
You would think, yeah.
The winner will play number 4 seed Myas Evans from Hobbs. Money Overstreet from Alamogordo has a number 4 seed and has a bye the first round. Lara Sullivan from Carlsbad will play Mahmoud Flores from Santa Fe. Girls doubles. Waters and Ennis from Carlsbad will play Sigmund Santisteban from Deming. Heath Lingala from Clovis will play Crandall Arndt from El Dorado. Westover from Alamogordo. Sisters will play Casey Shaw from Cleveland. Campbell Chester from Carlsbad will play Celeste Lovelace from Deming. Sturgill Armstrong from Hobbs will play Fowler Sandoval from Capital. Boys team, Carlsbad got number 11 seed, will play Centennial. The winner plays Hobbs, who has a number 3 seed. Alamogordo got a number 7 seed, will play Rio Rancho. Girls team, Carlsbad got a number 8 seed, will play Centennial. Alamogordo got a number 12 seed, will play Santa Fe. And that's a mouthful.
That's right. That's right.
Tuesday, May 10th, the last day to register to vote for the primaries. Remember, you must be registered with one of the major parties recognized in New Mexico in order to vote in the primary.
You know, they, where did I see something? I may have some updated information for you on that, Barking Guy. That may have changed. Here it is. This was KRQE had this story.
Okay.
New rule allows non-affiliated voters to vote in primaries in New Mexico. And this is from Jordan Honeycutt with KRQE. It was posted on April 27, updated on April 29. New Mexico's primaries are not just for Democrats, Republicans, and Libertarians. At least that's what election officials and groups like New Mexico Open Elections hope will happen with a new rule in place. Quote, the greater the diversity of opinion in the primary that occurs, the greater the chances are that candidates and elected officials will listen to a broader range, said Bob Pearls, New Mexico Open Elections. Bob doesn't understand how these processes work. Bob wants to be an independent and still vote in a primary. Or Bob wants to allow one party to heavily influence the primary results of another party. What did Rush used to call it when it was Hillary running into trouble with Obama?
Operation Chaos.
That's right. Officially, the state has a closed primary, meaning only members of the 3 major parties can participate, which is what you just said. Updated same-day election rules. See, this is what's screwing everything up, this same-day stuff. Updated same-day election rules now let non-affiliated voters get in on the action. Any voter registered with a minor party or no party at all can show up to the polls and register for one of the 3 major parties. They would then receive a ballot for that party's primary, and if they want, they can switch right back. I think this is wrong. Now,
Yes.
Secretary of State Maggie Toulouse Oliver says it will make elections more inclusive in communities where the opponents are often from the same party. Quote, whereas the primary is the only election in those areas, now the folks who have previously not been able to participate in that election do have an option, said the Secretary of State. Those already registered as Democrats, Republicans, or Libertarians would not qualify for the same-day switch. Anyone already registered would have to switch parties 28 days in advance of the primary. Same-day registration takes 5 to 10 minutes and is now available during early voting and on Election Day. And early voting begins statewide on?
Well, there's May
May 10th is what this story
May
says.
10th, that's the in-person absentee.
Yeah.
And then May 21st is when expanded early voting. That's when you can vote on Saturday.
Right.
For the in-person absentee period, we don't have Saturdays.
That's right.
But the experience is the same as in early voting, because I've done an in-person absentee.
I think this is wrong. And I think this is part of the problem that we have with our electoral system. This discussion of being more inclusive. There is nothing in law today, anywhere, that says that anyone who is a legal resident of the state of New Mexico cannot register to vote.
Nope.
You can register to vote. You can be a non-affiliated party, independent, if you will, or non-declared, or you can declare affiliation with one of the any number of parties that are available out there for you to declare. The three major parties are the Republicans, Democrats, and the Libertarians.
Yep.
But you can register as a Green, you can register as a communist, you can register as a constitutionalist. I mean, whatever is out there that you're a party member of, you can register as that person. That does not, therefore, give you the right to vote in the other party's primaries. The parties pick the candidates that run in the general election. If you don't like the fact that you can't vote in a primary because maybe you're registered as a Democrat and where you happen to live, the only people running in a primary are Republicans, then that's tough toenails. That's the choice you made to declare what party you wanted to be a part of. You don't get to go and tell the other parties who they get to pick for their candidates. I'm sorry. That's wrong.
I agree with you.
Yeah, and it's nothing against you. It's nothing against the party that you picked. It's just in some parts of the state. I mean, I bet there's parts of the state in New Mexico where there's no Republicans running for different seats. That if you want to vote in a primary, you pretty much got to be a Democrat. Just like there's certain races down in this corner of the state, certain positions that only you see in the Republican primary. And if you want to vote in that, how many years did I live here before I got to vote for a sheriff? Because the sheriff was decided in the Democrat primary.
Yep.
Didn't hear me getting on the radio and complaining about it.
Nope.
You know, I had two choices. One, not vote for the sheriff or change my party affiliation. Well, I wasn't going to change my party affiliation, so I didn't vote for sheriff for many, many years until that kind of changed around to the situation that we have now. This is crazy, Barking Guy. This is crazy. Why even have registration to vote? Why go through the whole process to have people register to vote? If you can just walk in on election day and say, I'm here to vote, give me a ballot. Well, you're not registered. Well, then register me. Great, we'll register you. What do you want to be? What do you mean, what do I want to be? Well, it's a Democrat primary. It's a Republican primary. Who are you wanting to vote for? Well, I'm wanting to vote for George. Well, George is a Democrat, so I'm going to have to put you down as a Democrat. Awesome. I'm going to be a Democrat today. This is wrong.
Yes, it is. And I agree with you.
Completely and totally wrong. The time to be inclusive is not in the party primaries, unless you want to join or declare that you are a part of that party.
Exactly.
You want to vote in the Democrat primary? Then change your registration to Democrat. You want to vote in the Republican primary? Then change your registration to Republican. And there's a deadline to do that.
Yeah, and that's May 10th.
Yeah.
And
you want to register to vote, you need to register by a voting deadline. This thing about we're being inclusive and we're trying to include everybody, if you can't figure out what the deadlines are and when to get yourself registered.
And we're telling you this on the radio.
All the time. The Barking Guy will get you registered to vote. Go to the chamber. There's all kinds of ways to get registered to vote.
Yes.
That don't require the whole system bending over backwards to accommodate your lazy backside.
Well, we do bend over backwards somewhat.
Well, I understand that.
And
But we do early voting, we do absentee voting, we do absentee in-person voting, we do all of this stuff.
and there's activities you can do in conjunction.
Well, I understand all that, barking guy, but my point is, if you're too lazy to learn when the registration deadlines are, if you're too lazy to figure out when you have to be registered to vote so you can vote in a primary, if you're too non-committal, that I'm an independent thinker. Fine, be an independent thinker, but you ain't gonna vote in a primary.
Nope.
Because the primary is when the parties decide who their candidates are for the ballot. So if you're an independent, fine, be an independent. You can't vote in a primary. And it's not inclusive to allow non-committed people to vote in party primaries. I'm sorry. I'm getting worked up over this, but this really upsets me.
Well,
and it's wrong. And so you're a registered Republican. Guess what? You have a deadline with which you have to change your party affiliation so you can do Operation Chaos. But if you're an unaffiliated person, you can walk in the day of the primary and say, today I'm going to be a Republican. Tomorrow, I'm probably going to be a Democrat. In a week, I'll probably be a Libertarian. I don't know. I can't make up my mind. Then you don't need to be voting in a primary.
Nope.
Gather your information and make your decision in the general election, because the parties will have picked their choice. Well, I think I should vote in the Republican primary. Then become a Republican. I think you should vote in the Democrat primary. Well, then become a Democrat.
That's right.
I tell you, this is why things are screwed up in so many ways. And it's this kind of mentality, and people are going to laugh at me for making this connection, but it's the same kind of mentality that says we need the president to forgive student debt. Okay?
Yeah,
you signed a contract. You agreed to accept money to pay to the college so you could get your college education. You are obligated to pay that money back.
Exactly.
Not the government, not the taxpayers, not everybody else. You. And if you get a degree in underwater basket weaving and can't find a job and can't pay your loan back, then guess what? You're going to have to change your major. You're going to have to go work at McDonald's. You're going to go have to work in the oil field. You might even have to come down to the radio station and sell radio ads for Pecos Valley Broadcasting Company so you can make the money to pay back your student loan. This is one of the most, and it's the same mentality that says, well, I can't make up my mind on what party I should be a part of.
Yes.
So but I want to be able to vote. I want to be able to call to college, but I don't want to have to pay for it. You know?
Hewitt spent a lot of time on that this morning.
Well, I'm glad he did, because it's absolutely ridiculous. But it's that kind of mentality. This is my point. It's that kind of lack of standards mentality that's heading us in a unusual
and that's the
direction.
thing about debt. Debt is like slavery. You owe somebody money.
Correct. Well, there's all kinds of debt. There's all kinds of, you have debt when you borrow money to buy a car. You have debt when you borrow money to buy a house. You have debt when you whip out the credit card to pay for groceries. That's debt.
Yes.
Well, you're obligated to pay it back. What do you think the whole point of the Haven of Hope is out there? Is to help people who have not had good education when it comes to financial matters and have gotten themselves in a life situation now that makes it untenable for them to be able to continue on. So now they're getting the education and the opportunity to learn how to do these things. But it's not the taxpayers' responsibility of this country. Biden and Pelosi are going over there and having trillions of dollars of stuff to Ukraine. Well, there's a lot of people that support Ukraine. Why didn't we take all the crap we left in Afghanistan and give that to the Ukrainians? How many billions of dollars did we turn over to the Taliban? Don't get you started on it, right, barking guy?
Yeah.
So we turned that over to the Taliban, which is winding up with the Russians and the Chinese so they can study all of our technology. And then we're gonna give more money towards weapons, that money we don't have to go to weapons. I don't know. It just, all right, I'm on a tear. I need to stop. Where did we finish off before I went on my rant here, Barking Guy? I really apologize.
Well, I wanted to say that early voting period is May 21st.
That's right. And then I saw the story, and that got me mad. So apparently, folks, when's the registration deadline?
May 10th.
May 10th. That's the alleged registration deadline. So if you want to change your party affiliation, if you want to register to vote in the upcoming election, you need to register by May 10th. Unless you just walk in on the day of election and say, I'm going to vote today as a Democrat, or I'm going to vote today as a Republican. And then under these same-day registration rules, it doesn't matter that you've played by the rules to get registered and declare your party affiliation. That doesn't matter. You can vote in the primary, but not if you've played by the rules and have registered in time and have declared a party affiliation. So once again, the non-rules people that just break the rules or just kind of float around like, oh, what am I going to do today? Well, I think I'll vote today. They get away with it, and the rest of us that play by the rules get screwed. I'm sorry. Continue on, Barking Guy. I'm going to drink some coffee and calm down.
And another thing about the May 10th deadline is that
alleged
if you
deadline.
have a address change, if you move recently, make sure it's up to date.
Either that or just walk in on election day. I know you're trying to encourage people to do the right thing, and
Yes.
you're absolutely correct.
Exactly.
But it doesn't matter.
Okay. But the early voting period is May 21st through June 4th. Activities you can do in conjunction with early voting include City of Champions Comic-Con on May 21st, Guns and Hoses Charity Softball game on May 28th, and Car Fair Car Show in Carlsbad June 3rd and 4th. All three of these events have been advertised or presented on KSCP.
That's right.
And remember, Artesia Clean and Beautiful is having cleanups, the next one being May 28th. If you have large items to take to the transfer station but no way to get them there, give Linda a call at 575-513-0143. This week in old-time radio history, May 2nd, Jack Benny program premiered in 1932. Bing Crosby was born on May 3rd, 1903. KNX in Los Angeles went on the air in 1922. On May 4th, May 5th, Alice Faye was born in 1915. Ben Wright was born in 1915 as well. May 6th, Frank Nelson was born in 1911. Orson Welles in 1914. Herbert Morrison's coverage of the Hindenburg disaster is broadcast nationwide in 1937.
Oh, the humanity.
That's right.
Yeah. What station was he working for?
I'm not sure. It doesn't say here.
I think. Okay, what was his name again?
Herbert Morrison.
Herbert Orson.
Morrison.
I'm sorry, Morrison. I'm going to look that up because I want to say, let's see, Herbert Morrison?
Yep.
Morrison?
Yep.
Okay, he's an American journalist. Herbert Ogilvy Morrison. Best known as dramatic report of the Hindenburg disaster, which is what you just said, right?
Yep.
Let's see. Okay. I was right. Morrison and engineer Charlie Nelson had been assigned by station WLS in Chicago to cover the arrival of Hindenburg in New Jersey for delayed broadcast. Radio network policy in those days forbade the use of any other recorded material than that used for sound effects. And Morrison and Nelson had no facilities for live broadcast. Even so, the results still became the prototype for news broadcasting in the war years that followed. The event had no effect on this policy. Recordings were not regularly used until the end of World War II. So, but yes, he was on assignment by WLS out of Chicago to cover the Hindenburg's arrival in New Jersey.
Yep. And May 7th, Gabby Hayes was born in 1885.
I love the way Mel Brooks portrays Gabby Hayes in Blazing Saddles.
And Jock Johnstone was born in 1906. May 8th, Harry S. Truman, 33rd President of the U.S., 1945 to 53, was born in 1884. Ricky Nelson was born in 1940, and World War II VE Day occurred on May 8th, 1945. Radio quotes of the week. Ready for them?
Mm-hmm.
Conservatives will rejoice. Liberals will discombobulate.
Liberals will discombobulate. Conservatives will rejoice. Clay and Buck?
No, it was Kim Commando about Elon Musk's takeover
Kim
Twitter.
Commando. I thought she was a computer person. That's getting into a little politics there.
Well, she was talking about Twitter.
Well, that's true, which is a social media technology company.
It's technology.
Mm-hmm.
That's why she was saying what she said.
Okay. All right.
Please hide behind your mask because we now know who you are.
Who said that?
Mark Walters, Armed American Radio, about the libs.
There you go. Okay.
35 shot, 6 fatal in a 48-hour period.
Probably Mark Walters.
No, that was AWR Hawkins.
Oh, okay. On the Armed American Radio show.
About the violence in Chicago.
Pretty bad.
Yep. We're going to have to change our name because of you.
We're going to have to change our name because of you? I don't remember.
Linda Stevens.
Oh, because I keep saying Artesia Clean and Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
She's Artesia Clean and Beautiful.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, now we get into the calendar.
Okay.
Monday, May 2nd, District Golf at Artesia Country Club. It starts at 9 a.m. Band Spring Concert at the Auditorium, 6:30 p.m. Tuesday, BPA National Conference at Dallas through Sunday. Zia Field Events, boys high jump and shot put, girls long jump and discus, 3 p.m. Cheer Banquet at APS Admin Building, or the BTC, Bulldog Training Center, 6 p.m. Wednesday the 4th, State Tennis at Albuquerque through Saturday. Send off, but I don't know when they're leaving.
Okay.
We have to get with the school on that one.
Yeah. Let the barking guy know.
And Zia Field Events, boys long jump and discus, girls high jump and shot put, 3 o'clock. Thursday the 5th, Spring Scholarship Choir Contest, National Day of Prayer on the 5th. Take time out on that day to pray for our nation.
Okay.
We need it.
That's right.
Especially with this voting thing and the scholar and the loan forgiveness and all this, the inflation and all this, the gas prices and all this mess.
That's right. That's right.
You know, we need God to help us out a bit.
That's true.
And the swim banquet is on the 5th at the Train Center, Admin Building, 5 p.m. Zia running events at Bulldog Bowl. Notice time, 9 a.m. It'll start. And 9 a.m. we'll start the elementary track meet on Friday the 6th, 9 a.m. Track district meet in Artesia at 3:30, right here at home. Softball and baseball first round playoffs through Saturday. Choir banquet at Red Brick Gym. That's 6 p.m. Class single A to 3A state track meet through Saturday.
And you got the times on the baseball and the softball games?
Not yet.
The baseball game is at 5 p.m. Friday.
Baseball, 5 p.m.
It's Saturday at 11 a.m. And, of
Right.
course, the if game would be right after.
Okay,
Softball is Saturday, 10 a.m.
10 a.m. All right.
So there you go. A good source, too.
Yep. And the last thing I have is Sunday the 8th.
Okay.
Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there.
Mm-hmm.
And Selection Sunday for Class A baseball and single A to 3A softball, results out by 10 p.m.
On Sunday,
Yep.
this Sunday.
Last Sunday they were out earlier, but I waited a little bit after that 5 p.m. thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I got the baseball and softball. I had to wait a bit for the tennis.
Oh,
But
okay.
by 10, I got the tennis.
Yeah, I got an email on the tennis, but the show was very well done by Mr. Marietta. So
I did not see the show. I just went on the internet to the Max Preps and got
got the brackets when they
the
did
brackets.
that. Yep.
And on the tennis, you go to the NMA website for that.
Yep, that's right. No, I watched it on the YouTubes. The NMAA channel on YouTube is where it was, and came on a few seconds after 5 o'clock, and it looked great, and there we were.
Yep.
Started out with 4A softball. One of his highlight clips was one of ours.
Yep.
So we were happy to help him out.
And
All right, is there anything else, Barking Guy?
just go dogs. Arf.
All right, the Barking Guy. Hey, let's talk